This is a calculus concept exam review. In this exam, we're reviewing concepts 6 through 10. In this first question, we're asked to find the limit as x approaches negative infinity. We should notice that the powers here are the same. I have 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, so the degrees are equal. When that happens, we need to look at the leading coefficients, but I need to consider this negative also. If I score a negative number, I get a positive, and if I score a negative number, I get a positive. So that really negates anything that the negative values are doing here. So I'm just looking at leading coefficients of -2 over -7, which reduces to 2/7, or simplifies to 2/7. In number 2, I need to notice that the x cubed is a larger degree than x squared. So the bottom of this fraction will get larger faster than the top of the fraction will. And so we're going to be dividing by a very large number, which gives us a result of 0 for a limit. And then in number 3, we've got the limit as x approaches 0 of 1 over x to the 2/3. Well, if I put 0 into 0 to the 2/3, I'm going to get a value really close to 0 as x approaches 0. So I'm going to be taking the constant 1 and dividing by a very, very small number, which is going to give me a very large number. So this limit is headed to infinity. And that's it for concept 6. Alright, concept 7, number 4, says find the equation for the tangent to the curve at the given point. Well, I don't have the whole point listed here. I've got x equals 1. Let's see if that's enough. Let's see, for number 4, I'd want to rewrite this problem. Instead of writing it as 5 over x plus 1, I might want to write it as 5 times the quantity x plus 1 to the -1. This will allow me to use a concept we just learned this week called the chain rule to help me find the derivative quicker on this. So the derivative with respect to x is -5, or -1 times 5 is -5. Keep the x plus 1. Reduce the power by 1, so I'm at -2, and then multiply by the derivative of the inside function. The derivative of x plus 1 is just 1, so that's pretty simple to follow the chain there. So I'm going to get -5 divided by x plus 1 to the second power. So there's my derivative for number 4. I just need to find my slope at 1, because it says find the equation of the tangent to the curve at the given point. Not only do I need my slope at 1, I also need a point there. So the point would be 1 comma whatever I get when I plug in 1. And when I plug in 1, I get 5 over 2, or 5/2. 2.5 is another way to write that. So I need to know the slope at that point. So f prime of 1 is equal to -5 over, if I put in 1, I get 1 plus 1 is 2, squared is 4, so -5/4. So I know at this point that my equation could be written as y equals -5/4 x plus some unknown intercept value b. I need to go find that intercept value by plugging in the point that I have. So I know that the y value is 5/2 when the x value is 1. So I'll put in 5/2 for y and 1 for x plus b. If I add 5/4 to both sides, I get 5/4 plus 5/2. 5/2 is the same as 10/4, and that equals b. So b is 15/4. So my my equation is y equals -5/4 x plus 15/4. And that's done. Alright, to do number 5, I'm going to need the point value. So when x is 4, I'll plug that in. 4 squared is 16 plus 2 is 18. The y value is 18. And we're looking for the equation of the tangent. So the derivative here of f is 2x. And the slope at 4 would be 8. So I know that y equals 8x plus some unknown intercept value b. I'll plug in the 4 for the x and the 18 for the y and see if I can't determine that intercept value. I've got 18 is equal to 32 plus b. When I subtract 32 from both sides, I'll get my b value. So 18 minus 32 is negative 14. So that's my b value. So my equation is y equals 8x minus 14. And we're done. Number 6, all we need to do is find the derivative of the given function at the indicated point. So let's find f prime. F prime is that zeroes out, so it's negative 2x. And if I plug in negative 3, negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6, so we've got 6. And number 7 just says find the derivative of f of x equals x squared plus 2. Well, that would be 2x, or f prime of x equals 2x. That's it for 6 and 7. Number 8 asks us to find the second derivative of y if y equals 3 sine x. So the first derivative would be, see, the derivative of sine is cosine, so that would be 3 cosine x. And the second derivative would be 3 times the derivative of cosine x, which is negative sine x. So my final answer is the second derivative of y is negative 3 sine x. Negative 3 times the negative 1 is the negative 3 times the sine x. For number 9, we're asked to find the fourth derivative of the function. So let's go ahead and just start pounding on that. The first derivative, 6 times 6 is 36. That would be x to the 5th minus 8 x to the 3rd plus 8x. Second derivative is equal to 5 times 36 is 180 x to the 4th minus 3 times 8 is 24 x squared plus 8. Third derivative is equal to 4 times 180 is 720. That's x to the 3rd minus 2 times 24 is 48x, and the 8 zeroes out. And finally, the fourth derivative, I'll just write over here by the answer blank so I don't have to write it twice, is equal to 3 times 720 is 2160. That's x squared. And then minus 48. And I'll just show that that's what I intended to go with that answer blank. That's it. Number 10 says if y equals x squared plus 2, find an equation of the tangent line of the graph at x equals 2. Well, if x equals 2, then y is 2 squared or 4 plus 2 or 6. So let's go ahead and find that derivative so we can find a slope. The derivative of f is 2x. So the derivative of f at 2 should be 4. So we know that this equation is y equals 4x plus some unknown b value. We'll put in our 6 for the y and 2 for the x, and find out pretty quickly that b is -2. So my equation is y equals 4x minus 2. That's it. Okay, our last question today asks us to find an equation of a tangent line to the graph of y equals 10 root x minus x plus 3 at the point 100, 3. I'm going to rewrite that equation just a little bit. We've got y equals 10x to the 1/2. X to the 1/2 is the same as root x minus x plus 3. So y is equal to, the derivative here, 1/2 of 10 is 5. X to the -1/2. Derivative of x is 1. Derivative of 3 is 0. So this is the same as y prime is equal to 5 over root x minus 1. We need to know what the derivative is at 100. So y prime at 100 is equal to 5 over the square root of 100 is 10 minus 1. 5/10 is 1/2, minus 1 is -1/2. So the slope of our line is -1/2. So y equals -1/2 x plus some unknown intercept b. Let's plug in our point. X is 100 when y is 3. -1/2 times 100 plus b. 3 equals -50 plus b, so b is 53. So our equation y equals -1/2 x plus 53. And that's it for this concept exam review.